Kati FM provides an interactive environment for its listeners, affording them access to news, current affairs and talk shows, music, drama, sport, education and much more, with an emphasis on local content. Now, as Namibia joins the rest of the world to commemorate International World Radio Day, we have invited Magnaem Mvula, who is Kati FM radio producer, to tell us more about their station. Good morning, Magnaem. It's such a pleasure to have you on Good Morning Namibia.
Good morning.
How is Oshakati?
It's raining in Oshakati.
That's incredible because it's raining here too.
Yes, it's a good weather. Yes.
All right. Now, when exactly did you join Kati FM?
Well, that is long ago. I joined Kati FM that day of 2006 there. Somewhere between, I moved to the head office in Windhoek also. But I can say I fully participate in Kati FM by the year 2010. That's where I was like a full producer in radio production.
Talk to us about some of the programs that you produce.
Well, I produce a lot of programs. One of them I can say I do Open Line. That is our daily program that runs in the afternoon. I am also responsible for our health program. I can also present news. I can also do discussion programs where we look at various topics, more on topical issues that is happening. And recently, I was also assigned to do the geoscience program, and that is an agreement between the Geoscience Council of Namibia and the NBC. So I can say, yeah, and any other assigned duty that I'm being assigned for.
A jack of all trades, I see.
Yes.
How has the response from the public been in as far as the programs at Kati FM are concerned?
I should say they are more comfortable with what we are providing to them. Looking at the recent research, Kati came number one. We have a lot of listeners. By following that, they are listening to our programs. One can say we are giving what they are comfortable with from our station.
Now, the mission of Kati FM radio is to be the leading radio station in Namibia and abroad. How exactly does Kati FM intend to achieve this goal?
Just as I said in the previous question that Kati is already leading.
Okay.
And I think we are being followed by national radio. And that is as per the research, the survey of last year, that was November, December. What we are more doing is we are trying to update our program. We are trying to make sure we are giving what our listeners want. We are also moving from the system of providing them with only the program where they are listening. We are now streaming live also. We are also using our Facebook page, and on the Facebook side, we are using our presenters who have more followers, especially the young ones.
Wow.
And we are trying also to connect to the famous people, because the more the followers, then we can also connect to them. We can add to our followers on Kati FM.
Very well, colleague. Now, as we commemorate World Radio Day, what is your messages to your listeners, in the Kati FM listeners?
Well, I'm just requesting them to continue listening to Kati FM. At the same time, I should also inform them that we are appreciating their views. Whatever they feel like they want to be done in Kati, they can bring it to us. And then we can examine, we can study them and see what we can do. Because we are here for them and we are trying to serve them to the best of our abilities. And with them, we can be able to move forward.
Where
Yes.
will Kati FM be commemorating World Radio Day?
We do not have a specific event.
All right.
We started already on Monday this week. In most of our programs. We are also interviewing the former employees of Kati FM, asking them what should we do, what do they think of radios. We started. We also interviewed the public about the World Radio Day, the importance of radios, which programs do they prefer, and what else do they want Kati to bring on the table.
And from those interviews that you've had, what programs are your listeners most attracted to?
Most of our listeners are more on our morning show, our Good Morning show. We call it Lungada. They are following Lungada more. They are also, we have a program that runs between 9 and 12. That is a public announcement. They are also interested in that one. Our news, our youth slot in the afternoon also. And the afternoon shift where we are now doing open lines and discussion programs. They are more on that.
And also from that market studies, what are some of the programs listeners would like to hear on Kati FM?
They are more on the youth slot. They want to hear more programs for young people. Let's say programs that can be able to tell them how do we deal with the issue of unemployment, for example. Programs like how do one come up with a business, and that kind of programs.
Now, as we are rounding up our conversation, Magnaem, I just want to ask you, what do you enjoy most about being on radio?
I enjoy presenting the open line in the afternoon.
Wow.
It's a very good show. We received different views from the public. It was more interesting on the lockdown period. That was in 2020.
Why so?
I think people were just bored at home. When we were sent to go home, offices are closed, there's no schools. Now some callers just call for the sake of calling. You can really see the person is pointless, if I can say, but he just wants to come through radio. It was so interesting. Yes.
All right. It was such a pleasure speaking to you. Any final remarks?
Yes, just to encourage our listeners to continue listening to Kati FM. We are trying to serve them with authenticity news. We do not really work with hearsay in Kati. They are sometimes complaining that we do not bring news on time, like the breaking news. But all what we are trying to say is we always make sure we verify the news before sending them on air. And let's continue. Together we can make it. NBC is ours.
It's definitely ours. Thank you so much for joining us, Magnaem.
It's a pleasure.
Well, that was Magnaem Mvula, who is a Kati FM producer and presenter, just talking to us about her activities there and what she enjoys most about being on radio.